Hello everyone and welcome back to Cook's News. I'm your host, Austin Cook. And today we're going to start off with some local news. This local softball team, the Baby Bombers, was playing in a game the other day, and pitcher Ben Norwood struck out a little kid. Come on, Ben. You can't be striking out little kids. So if you know Ben, or if you don't know Ben, just whatever, give him a hard time about it, because he struck out a little kid, and poor kid didn't have a chance. And now on to some music news. Ariana Grande is back in the news. She broke up with Mac Miller, and she got some backlash for it. And she wrote back saying she prayed for Miller, and women should not be made to stay in toxic relationships. So, you know, I agree with that. If it's a toxic relationship, then yeah, she did the right thing with breaking up with him. And, you know, he's going through some hard times with alcohol abuse, so I think it was smart for her to get out, and hopefully he'll get some help. And Famous Los dropped 2 singles. They're both rap singles. They're explicit, so that's a warning. They're called Straight Up and Told You. And if you don't know who Famous Los is, I would definitely check out his Instagram. It's just Famous Los. He's hilarious. He does like basketball videos, and he's super funny. So definitely check him out. And What Up RG, Reach Records' new artist, released a 7-song album. So definitely go check that out. It's called Pleasant Hill. I haven't checked it out, but I can't wait to listen to it. And Pusha T also released an album, and it was produced by Kanye West. It's called Daytona, and Kanye is an incredible producer. I don't care what you think about him as a person right now. He's an incredible producer. So definitely go check out that album, which is also explicit. So that's another warning. And finally, Shawn Mendes dropped an album, and it's called Shawn Mendes. He's one of my favorite artists, so I'm super excited to listen to the whole album. I've listened to some of it, not all of it. He's an incredible singer, so I would definitely check out his new album. So that was a lot of music that dropped out this week. And now on to some sports. In hockey, the Capitals beat the Lightning in Game 7 and will face the Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup. So I'm for the Golden Knights. I don't know who you're for, but hopefully it'll be a good series, and maybe the Golden Knights will win a Stanley Cup in their first season as an NHL team. And in football, the 2019 draft will be in my home state, Tennessee. It's going to be in Nashville. There's a possibility that I'll get to go to that, so I'm pretty excited about it. And the NFL released a new rule saying that all players must stand during the national anthem or they will be penalized. It's been a highly controversial situation. They do have the option to stay in the locker room, so they at least gave them an option, but there's a lot of people not happy about it, so I don't know what they're going to do about it. They might just keep it like that. They might change it. I don't know. The NBA released the All-NBA teams, the All-Defensive teams, and the All-Rookie teams, and congrats to everyone that made it. But I just want to talk about one person that I believe got snubbed. Josh Richardson from the Miami Heat. He was the only player in the NBA with at least 121 steals and 75 blocks, and he also held players to a 41.6% shooting percentage, which was the 4th best among qualifying small forwards. So if you look at the stats, he definitely should have been, I think, first All-NBA team, but if not first, then definitely second. But he wasn't on any of them, and I think that's kind of messed up. Now for the playoffs. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Cavs beat the Celtics 111-102. All 5 of the starters on the Celtics had over 10 points, and Brown led the way with 25. But It just wasn't enough for LeBron's 44-point night as they tied the series 2-2. And Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals, the Rockets beat the Warriors 95-92, behind Harden's 30 and Paul's 27-point night. And Curry shot well again and had 28 points, and Durant had 27, but it just wasn't enough for that game. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics beat the Cavs 96-83, taking a 3-2 series lead. LeBron had 26 points and 10 rebounds, but he looked exhausted, and the rest of the Cavs players didn't seem to help at all. Tatum led the Celtics with 24, Horford had a double-double, and Brown had a pretty good game with 17. So we'll see what happens in Game 6, see if the Cavs can stay alive at home to force a Game 7. Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, the Rockets beat the Warriors 98-94, taking a 3-2 series lead. But it did come at a cost, with Chris Paul getting hurt late in the fourth quarter, and he is out for Game 6. Three Warriors players had over 20 points. Durant had 29, Curry had 22, and Thompson had 23, but it wasn't enough once again, as Gordon led the Rockets with 24 points off the bench, and Paul had 20 before leaving in the fourth, and Harden had 19 without hitting a single three. He hasn't hit a single three since Game 4 in the second quarter. So we'll see if he can hit a three in Game 6 and see if he can lead the Rockets to the championship without Chris Paul in Game 6. And if not, maybe Paul will be back in Game 7. We'll see what happens. Now on to the breaking news. What happened in Florida? Authorities in Lake Worth, Florida sent out a zombie alert during a power outage. The alert said Lake Worth and Terminus, which is a location in The Walking Dead, were affected by extreme zombie activity. The city said it's looking into what happened. There's so many questions that could be asked, but there are no answers yet. So, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Also, comment in the comments if you hear any news that happens, or just let me know any news that happens that you think I should talk about. And I will see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay jazzy, Florida.